Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be overcoming rejection and suicidal thoughts. Well, I've got a couple of intense emails here I'm going to go through with you today. One of them is from a guy, and the other one is from a woman who are obviously in a difficult place emotionally and they're hurting. So obviously negative thoughts are creeping into their mind. Before we get into it, I got a quote that I wrote on this topic I want to share with you. And it says, life can be really difficult at times. When we experience failure, setbacks, rejection, heartbreak, or fear that we don't measure up or have what it takes to succeed, our mind will start looking for evidence to back up our negative thought patterns. When we sometimes feel like all hope is lost and that life has become hopeless, our despair can lead to thoughts of quitting or suicide. These thoughts at their core are driven by our natural instinctive human desire to do more to avoid pain than to experience pleasure. Fear only exists in the mind. Life and our circumstances almost always never changes overnight. Sometimes getting from the unpleasant, excruciatingly painful place of where you are right now to the positive, elated state and place where you want to be in the future is a process that may take many days, weeks, months, or even years to accomplish. To persevere, recover, and ultimately succeed, you must find a way to focus on what you absolutely must do right now in the present moment to accomplish the little daily goals that will ultimately lead to big goal accomplishment in the future. You must take the time to suffer and experience your pain authentically for it to dissolve, because what you resist will persist, but you cannot allow it to overwhelm and hijack you to the point that you take no action at all. Taking no action is quitting. Imperfect action is better than no action at all. So let's go ahead and jump right into the first guy's email. And it's a pretty short email. And he says, "Hi Corey, I need some help. I know what to do because I listen to your videos and I've read part of your book. However, I still can't take action because I'm too scared and shy to make a move." It's like, well, you're stuck in the paralysis of analysis. So let's look at it. So it sounds like what your personal fear is just talking to people in general. Talking to women, obviously setting dates, going up and approaching women. So your fear of doing what you know you need to do is more overwhelming than the positive emotions and pleasure that you're going to gain from taking some action, because obviously you have a fear, an irrational fear, that taking action and going for what you want is going to lead to pain that's more emotionally compelling than the pleasure of potentially, or I should say the potential pleasure of gaining what it is that you want, which is obviously a date, maybe a girlfriend, hooking up, whatever it is that you happen to be looking for. And so you're not even doing anything. You're coming up with all kinds of excuses to avoid the painful outcome, or what you perceive as a painful outcome. He continues on, "Because of this, I have suicidal thoughts." Well, as a man, your purpose, your drive, your mission, your natural instinctive desire to succeed and accomplish and break through barriers is something that literally defines who you are, who we are as men. And if you feel like you can't accomplish your purpose, or that your purpose is impossible, or it's totally out of the question, or you don't have the skills, gifts, talents, abilities, money, experience, whatever it happens to be, when that becomes overwhelming, then you feel inside, what's the point? Because if you can't succeed and accomplish and break through barriers, then what are you as a man? Nothing. But your problem is you're not taking any action. And so what you have is this irrational fear, and so your fear is actually bigger than actually, what's the worst can happen? A woman says, "I want to date you if you're the last guy on the planet. There's no way I'd go out with you. You're fugly. I don't like your ears. I don't like your nose. You have freckles. You look weird. You're kind of creepy." Who cares? People laugh at you. Think about it. At the end of the day, obviously taking your own life, that's a very painful thing to think about. I mean, so that's more potentially pleasurable than actually going out and getting laughed at. Because at the end of the day, all of us, we have a limited amount of time on this planet. The amount of days we've been here is getting longer, and the amount that we've got left is getting shorter. So at some point, your time is going to be up. And you don't want to be on your deathbed someday thinking, yeah, I'm really glad I didn't risk rejection or getting laughed at and ask that girl out that I really liked. You don't want to be that person. That's when I read a book a while back where it basically looked, I think it was like 1,500 people that were like 75 and older. Like, what was their greatest life wisdom that they learned? And all of them, without a doubt, said, none of them said, I wish I would have worked more. It was all, I wish I'd have taken more risks. I wish I'd have gone for the things that I wanted to in life. I wish I would not have let fear overwhelm me, because like when you're older, it's like you don't really fucking give a shit. It's like when I'm going to be 44 next month, and when I look at things that used to scare the crap out of me 20, 25 years ago, things that I was nervous about, things that I was afraid of, things that I was fearful about, I don't even think about those things at this point in my life. But obviously back then, the fear was really real. And what I have found over the last 25 years of my adult life is that our fear of something is always greater than actually experiencing what we fear. Because fear, the only place it exists is in your mind. It's a total mind fuck. So you're psyching yourself out and keeping yourself on the sideline while life literally is just zipping by and you're getting older and you're not experiencing anything. If you don't have any experience, if you're not making any attempts, repetition's the mother of skill. Excellence is not a singular act, it's a habit. You are what you do repeatedly. So if you're not trying to take any action at all because you're afraid of potential rejection or people laughing at you or making fun of you or you looking stupid, whatever it happens to be, you're not getting anywhere. You're stuck in neutral. You're not moving forward, you're not moving backwards, you're just sitting there. And life is zipping by while the rest of us are actually getting out there and participating in the game. So you got to jump up and down, whatever you got to do to get your balls to fucking drop and be a fucking man and step up and get into the game. Because at the end of the day, if you at least go out there and practice the things that I talk about, you're going to get some feedback. You're going to have some life experience. And the idea is that to notice what's working, to notice what's not working, and then continue to change and refine your approach. At anything in life, whether it's a skill or a business or a career that you want to become really good at, it takes like 10,000 hours to become really awesome at something. When I was younger, when I was in high school, you ask people that I went to high school with, especially a lot of the girls I went to high school with, they all say the same shit now. You were always so quiet in high school, and now look at you. You were always so shy. I was so afraid of what other people would think, other than when I was obviously drinking, that I didn't say hardly anything. And so I just kept everything to myself. And as I got older, I kind of put my foot in the water and went for it. Yeah, I got rejected. Yeah, I looked like a fool at times, but who cares? It's like I don't even remember like when I look back at my teenage years or even my 20s when I was failing miserably, it's like I don't even remember all of those experiences really, because I've had so many great, awesome experiences in relationships that I've had and women I've dated over the years that if I get hit by a bus tomorrow, it's like I'd be totally fucking content. I've lived a great fucking awesome life because I've consistently gone for the things that I've wanted and not given a shit what other people thought about me. If you sit on the sideline and do nothing, guess what? Nothing's going to change. If you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to continue to get what you've always got, which obviously you wouldn't have written to me if things were going really great in your life. People don't come to me because things are going awesome. People come to me because shit is going sideways in their life, or they've gotten to a place in their life where they are absolutely sick and tired of the way things are. They've just basically gotten to the point where they're like, enough of this shit. I am fucking tired of suffering. I am tired of not getting what I want. I am tired of not going for the things that I want in life. And they're willing to try anything. And you have to be at that point. You can't get because like when you just give up, it's like you're not even in the game. You're just sitting on the sidelines, feeling sorry for yourself. Well, you can do that. That's your choice. But life is a gift. Why sit on the sidelines and let it pass you by? At least if you go out there and try and you fail, at least you've made an effort. At least you get some feedback. At least you get some experience. And from that experience, you can notice what's working and what's not working and continue to refine your approach. That's why I continue to do these emails. It's because I have a baseline knowledge that I teach in my book and all the articles and videos that are on my website. And the idea is that everybody, men and women both, are in different places. They're experiencing different things. And therefore, you can gain the experiences of other people just by watching these emails and listening to what people just like yourself are dealing with or suffering with. And you realize, wow, if that guy can overcome that, maybe things aren't so bad for me. If that guy can accomplish that or that woman can accomplish that, if they can overcome that challenge. Because like no matter how bad things are in your life right now, there is always somebody out there who's way worse off than you are. And if they knew what you were going through and they looked at you and said, you've got your health, you've got your looks, you've got a good body. I can't see, I can't walk, I don't have any money, I don't have any arms, I don't have any legs. And yet there are people that have all these disabilities and they seem to accomplish some of the most amazing feats that make us all go, oh my God, I can't fucking believe that guy did that. He had no arms and legs, and look at him. Look at that guy, he's fucking butt ugly. And look at his girlfriend, look at his wife, she totally adores him. It's all about an internal experience. And you have to at least make an effort. You have to at least try. He says, I'm 26 and I've never been in a relationship and I don't know what to do. Well, like I said in the quote, imperfect action is better than no action at all. You have to give yourself permission to fail. Because when you're sitting on the sidelines suffering from the paralysis of analysis, you're not even trying. Nothing's going to change in your life. At least get out there and try. Be okay with failing. Guess what? You're going to fail most of the time. Most of the women you ask out, they're either not going to like you, they're going to be in a relationship, or they're going to be unavailable. Doesn't fucking matter. Attraction is not a choice. The women that you're attracted to, you don't have any choice over that. You don't go, oh, okay, I'm going to be attracted to her because she's got blonde hair, or she's got dark hair, or she's got short hair. It's not like that. You just look at her going, and you know you like her. It's the same thing. Women experience the same thing. They look at a guy and they don't have a choice. They either like you or they don't. There's 6.5 billion people on the planet. And about half of them are members of the opposite sex. And guess what? If you spent the rest of your life asking out all the attractive women that you encountered in your life, you wouldn't be able to actually you would die before you were able to talk to all the beautiful women that were out there that were single and available. And in the ones that would say yes, you wouldn't even be able to go out on that many dates. It's a numerically impossible when you think about it. But life happens when you move. Stagnation happens when you die. There are a lot of people that are on their deathbed right now. They're going, God, I wish I had more time. I wish I had a chance. I wish I had my health. I wish I still had my youth. And you're fucking 26 and you're going, oh, boo-hoo, poor me. There are lots of people that are on their deathbed right now or that have terminal cancer or terminal illnesses and thinking, God, I wish I just had more time and I wish I had my health. And here you are at 26, you got your health, you got your whole life ahead of you, and you're going, oh, boo-hoo, poor me. They would love to switch places with you in a fucking heartbeat. He says, I don't know what to do even when I'm in a bar. I wait until a girl gives me a sign of interest or makes a first move instead of just going for it. I don't even go for what I want because I know I'm a beta male. That's just a mental thought. That's a belief system. And you can change your beliefs just like that. You can go from being beta. Beta is just sitting on the sidelines watching life pass you by. But being an alpha is going out there and taking a risk without fear of the consequences. Who fucking cares? At least you get rejected. At least you can walk away from that situation and say, hey, I put myself out there. I tried. I gave it my best shot. That makes you feel good even when you get rejected. And I've read enough emails from guys and girls over the years that at least when they made the attempt, even though they got rejected, they feel good because they go, okay, well, I know that person is not interested. Great. It's a numbers game. You really have to get through the no's in order to get to the yeses. But if you're not even getting through the no's yet, if you haven't got your first no or your first rejection, I mean, it's like you're putting off your success further and further into the future. He says, I've been trying to change. Bullshit. You're involved in a mental circle jerk. It's like Master Yoda said, try not. Either do or do not. There is no try. But I can't. No, it's not that you can't. You're just simply choosing not to. He says, I wish women are not so hypocritical and weird. Women are completely normal and they make complete sense when you understand the things I talk about. You said you've only read part of my book. That's part of your fucking problem. You don't even know the fundamentals yet. I say you got to read the book 10 to 15 times until you get to know the information so well you don't have to think about it. But you've read part of the information like, oh, it's not going to work out for me. I'm just going to give up. And there are literally millions of people around the world that would happily change places with you and your body just to have the experience at youth and life that you now have that you're completely taking for granted. There are people right now that have gone days and weeks without even eating anything, and you're fucking whining about being afraid to talk to a girl. It's like, come on, man, seriously. Grow a fucking set of balls and be a fucking man. He says, but I know if I want to get the girl I want, I have to change, not them. But it's really hard for me. Yeah, well, life's hard. It ain't all fucking sunshine and roses. And at some point, you got to say, you know what? I got a limited amount of time, and every day that goes by is a day that I can't fucking get back. And I better start doing something about it now. Maybe it takes you 5 years to get your first girlfriend. Who fucking cares? So it takes you 5 years. So what? If it takes you 5 years to do the work you need, what if it takes you 10 years? And you do the work that you need to do on yourself, and then say a decade from now, you're 26. That would mean that you're 36 years old when you finally really fucking get it. And what if you live to be 80, 100, 120 years old? That's several decades of fucking bliss, dude. When you get to live a lot of bliss and a lot of wonderful gifts in your life, when you get to experience having little kids that look up to you, getting to help parent children that maybe of some of you date or your own, that completely fucking changes your life. You realize what a gift it is. You learn more from little kids than you learn from adults in most cases. One of the things I learned from Tony is so true is kids are our greatest teachers. And it is absolutely the truth. He says, but it's really hard for me and I don't know what to do. Get out there and start talking to people. I did a video a while back called Improving Your Social Skills. It's on my YouTube channel, the homepage of my YouTube channel. It's listed as one of the, I think there's 60, 70 videos on there. It's one of the essential fundamentals. Watch that video and go to them all and practice what it talks about in there. You got to learn the fundamentals. You got to gain the knowledge, but knowledge is only potential power. Knowledge only becomes power when you actually apply it. So get out there and apply it. But you got to read my book. You got to learn the basics. So let's jump on to the second email, and this is from a woman. She says, hello, coach. Dang, I am hurting. So much so that I can't even cry. I broke up with my man that I've loved for 4 years, and we were on and off for those 4 years. I was finally invited to Thanksgiving to meet his family, although we were broken up. I went, it was great. Then I was invited to Christmas. I said no because it confused the fuck out of me. He called me on Christmas Day. I cut him short and was going to call him, but didn't feel like dealing with the friendship he was trying to continue. Good for you for standing up for yourself. You wanted something intimate. You wanted a real, mature adult relationship, and you wanted somebody to cherish you and treasure you and appreciate you and love you. And this guy's going, hey, how about we be buddies? And you were like, fuck that shit. That doesn't work for me. Even though it's Christmas and it sucks, I'm going to pass. Thank you very much. You could take a flying fucking roll in a donut. Awesome for you for standing up for yourself. You're taking your power back by doing that because you're saying, I don't think so. This doesn't work for me. I deserve better than this. You don't get what you deserve in life. You only get what you negotiate. And you stood up for yourself in a negotiation. And even if he still didn't give you what you want, so what? Because you can't force somebody else to give you something that they don't want to give to you. Remember, no one will ever do or say anything to you that you don't invite them to do. It's like what the Buddha said. If someone gives you a gift and you don't accept that gift, to whom does it belong? So when your ex-boyfriend says, how about friendship? You're like, how about no thanks? How about I'm fucking busy? How about I'm going to spend Christmas with somebody else? This shit doesn't work for me. If you're not man enough to love me and appreciate me, I'm going to find a guy who will. And that should be your attitude. And good for you. She says, I felt bad and I called him days later, but he didn't answer. My intuition told me he might have already hooked up with someone. Who fucking cares? Don't let the door hit him on the way out. Fuck him. A mutual friend told me that he shared with him that he had just had the best sex ever. I am hurt in so many levels. But mainly because now I am fucked in the head thinking I was no good in bed. Maybe my ego. So what? Maybe you were lousy in bed. Who fucking cares? Guess what? You can practice sex. You can become better at it. Everybody sucks when they first start having sex. So what? Get some experience. If you're not good in bed, find a man, say, you know what? I don't think I'm very good in bed. I'd really like you to teach me how to be awesome in bed. There's Better Sex video series. They offer all kinds of videos on becoming comfortable with your own body, pleasuring yourself, learning different positions, understanding your body at a biological level so you understand what stimulates your body and the other person's body. Learn about these things. Study these things. Seek to improve yourself. If you can get yourself off by yourself, it'll help you be a lot more comfortable in your own body when you're with another human being. She says, second, because by sharing with a mutual friend, he knew it would get back to me. I feel that is evil. Fuck him. So what? He's probably a little butthurt that you didn't want to hang out with him on Christmas. You snooze, you lose. It's his fucking loss. My heart tells me to relax. You should trust that. Your feelings are your truth. I found in my life that when I listened to my heart, everything fucking worked out magically like it was supposed to, even though I experienced plenty of pain by doing that. But what made me suffer more than anything was not listening to my heart, not trusting my feelings, not trusting my intuition, and listening to other people. A wise person once told me, listen to many voices, but speak with your own. My heart tells me to relax, and he was hurt because I didn't go to Christmas. I'd say that's a true statement. My head is telling me I need to block him from my life. Yeah, fuck him. He's out of there. He's not giving you what you want. Your needs are not going to be met when you keep going to somebody who won't give you what you want. The loving thing to do, the self-loving thing to do, and the self-respecting thing to do is to say, hey, it was great for 4.5 years, but I'm over it because I want what I want and I'm not going to fucking settle. And this guy had 4 years to get it fucking right with me and he still ain't giving me what I want. So he's out. He lost. He had his chance. I gave him 4 fucking years of my life and he still ain't getting it right. He's still taking me for granted. I'm moving on. That's the way you need to look at it. She says, I don't have an actual question, but I'm looking into hearing some words of wisdom. Whatever I do, I just know I want to do so with grace and dignity. Grace and dignity means walking away and never looking back. You don't owe him anything. When I found out, I texted him to please never contact me again and that I wish them both well. I blocked him from Facebook. I blocked his number on my phone, but he still used Gmail to chat and I ignored it. Just keep ignoring it. Keep walking away and never fucking look back. You gave him umpteen chances and he still wouldn't give you what you wanted. He can fucking kiss your ass. You deserve to have somebody that loves you and adores you and appreciates you for you. Somebody that celebrates you, not somebody that just merely fucking tolerates you. So if you'd like to get my help personally, the quickest way is to book a paid phone coaching session, email session, or Skype session. You can choose any of those options by going to my website, clicking the products tab at the top of your screen on any page, and just follow the instructions. And I will talk to you soon.